All right, y'all, let's finish up TUMs Unit 24 and part of Unit 22. I'm going to zoom out. Okay, I don't know what part of the video that I left off on over here, but I'm going to reread this question. Leo designs a banner for class elections. His banner has 3 congruent circles glued on a rectangular length of butcher paper. The circles touch the edges of the paper and do not overlap. If the butcher paper is 21 inches long, what is the area of one circle? So, again, this is 21 inches long, and it's split amongst 3 circles. So I've got to do 21 divided by 3, which equals 7. So that's my diameter. My diameter equals 7, and my radius is 3.5 because I'm cutting that 7 in half. So then the area of my circle equals pi times radius squared. So my pi is 3.14. Then I have to multiply by 3.5. Whoops. 3.5 times 3.5. That will give me the area of one of my circles. Be careful with the notation here. They leave pi as a symbol, because look at these answers here. Okay, so you really just need to do 3.5 times 3.5. All right, let's go on to 242. Mr. Rivas' rotating sprinkler waters his lawn up to a radius of 7 feet. So there's my radius. R equals 7. What is the maximum number of square feet? Square feet means I need to find area because it's square unit. What is the maximum number of square units of lawn or square feet of lawn that Mr. Rivas can expect 2 sprinklers to cover? Use 3.14 as pi. So I need area, and that's pi times radius squared. Then I need to multiply that by 2 times 2. Okay? So my radius equals 7. My radius squared equals 7 times 7. Figure out what that is. Then area would be 3.14 times 7 times 7. But remember, you need to double this answer. Okay? So once you get an answer here, you're going to multiply it by 2, and then that'll be your final answer. All right, number 2. Mr. Jaw builds a circular sandpit for a backyard play area. Use a ruler to measure the radius of the model to the nearest centimeter.
All right, starting with 6th graders. You will exit by the library doors at this time.
This is 3 centimeters, which means, according to the scale here, this is 3 feet. Mr. Jaw needs 1 bag of sand for every 5 square feet of the sand pit. So as I look at this, every 5 square feet, however many 5 square feet, how many of 5 square feet? If bags of sand cost $8 each, then I need to multiply by 8. There's a lot here. About how much will Mr. Jaw spend on sand? Use pi equals 3.14. So I got to use area here. Equals pi times radius squared. Area equals 3.14 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9, so 3.14 times 9. Then I'm going to get a number here. So I'm going to take my area, divide by 5, then multiply by $8 a piece. Then that will get my answer. So this will be my area. When I calculate this, let me draw a little line here. I'm running into, there we go. So area divided by 5 times $8 each will give me my answer. This is my area. Area. Once I get it, I'm going to divide by 5, then multiply by 8. All right. The Swan family installs an above-ground pool. The circular pool covers about 78.5 square feet of lawn in the backyard. So they give me the square footage, which means that is my area. Area equals 78.5. What is the length in feet of the edge of the pool? Circumference is what we don't know. That is what we are looking for. Record your answer and fill in the bubbles on the grid. Be sure to use the correct place value.
We have 7th and 8th grade Colorado.
All right, so we need to use 3.14 as pi. So record your answer, fill in the bubbles in the grid. Be sure to use the correct place value. So if my area is 78.5, that also equals pi times radius squared. I know what pi is worth, but I don't know what my radius squared is. So I'm going to divide both sides by pi. Divide by pi, divide by pi. And pi is 3.14. So these pi's will cancel out, and r squared equals 78.5 divided by pi. So let's say this is about 75, and this is about 3. So 75 divided by 3. 3 goes into 75, 25 times, and that's a perfect square. 25 is my r squared. What times what gives me 25, or what times itself gives me 25 is 5. 5 times 5 is 25. So that is my radius. Now I need to find my circumference. If my radius is 5, then my diameter is 2 times 5. Then my circumference equals pi times diameter. So I'm going to take 3.14 and I'm going to multiply it by 2 and by 5.
Please report to the bus lane at this time.
3.14 times 2 times 5 will give you your answer here. Calculate it. Tell me what you get. Number 4. Marcel bought a new pair of inline skates. Each wheel on the skates is 41 millimeters in radius. This equals 41 millimeters, which shows the number of millimeters traveled in 5 full rotations of a wheel. So remember, 1 rotation. I don't think I wrote this down. Go back to your notes here. Circumference has to do with rotations. That's going around, and usually wheel or tire rotations. And if they say 7 rotations, that means I'm going to have 7 circumferences. So I'm going to take my circumference and I'm going to multiply it by 7. For this problem in particular, I'm going to take my circumference and I'm going to multiply by 5. So 5 times c. So c equals pi times d. And d equals 41 times 2, which is 82. So c equals 82 times pi. And then I need 5 of those. 5 times c equals 82 times pi times 5. Tell me what you get. Gavin drew a circle with a circumference of 10 pi centimeters. Remember from the beginning, c equals 10 pi. So 10 must be my diameter, and my radius is half of that, which is 5. And my radius squared is 5 times 5. Which best represents the area of Gavin's circle in square centimeters? So now I want area equals pi times radius squared. Area equals 3.14 times this guy. This will give me my answer. Multiply. Okay. Next, page 245. Fiona created this sculpture using a square and a circle. This square side is 8 feet, so this is also 8 feet. And it looks like my circle cuts it in half. So half of 8 is 4 feet. This is my radius, and my diameter would equal 8 feet. How many square feet of materials did the circular part of the sculpture require? So I want this whole circular part, and if I'm coloring it in, I'm finding area, which is pi times radius squared. My radius is 4. My radius squared will be 4 times 4. I'm going to take that and I'm going to multiply it by pi. Area equals pi times 4 times 4. And I should get my answer. Number 2. Coach Tipton marks the soccer field each week with striping paint using a roller wheel such as the one shown. If the distance the wheel travels in one full rotation is 47 1/7 feet, that's my circumference, 47 1/7. What is the radius of the roller wheel? Use 22/7 for pi. So the radius, I want circumference equals 2 times pi times radius. I have 47 1/7 equals 2 times pi times radius. I know 2 and I know pi. What is 2 times pi? 3.14 times 2 is 6.28. So I'm going to divide both sides by 6.28. Divide by 6, divide by 6. I'm going to round this up to 48. So R is approximately 47 1/7 is close to 48. And 48 divided by 6 is about 8. Which answer is close to 8? I want to get close to 8. All right, number 3. At an arts and crafts festival, one booth sells clocks made of wood. They will paint the edge of the clock any color for 50 cents per inch. 50 cents per inch. Lorna chooses a clock like the one modeled. Use a ruler to measure the diameter of the clock to the nearest centimeter. Need my ruler again. 7 centimeters. And every 2 centimeters is 1 inch. So 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. So I've got 3.5 inches. Okay. Round it to the nearest cent. How much will it cost Lorna to have the edge of the clock painted red? Use 3.14 for pi. So I've got to go around this circle. So that's circumference equals